Okay, so I think you can read the first 2 pages of this talk. But when it gets in the diary, there's so many abbreviations. I'm going to go ahead and jump in and read it. Hopefully, you see the link and you're playing this. From the diary of Sidney J. Montz on the bottom of page 2. Sidney J. Montz was a lieutenant in Company D, 8th Regiment of the 4th Infantry Division, U.S. Army. The 4th Division was one of lost our place there. It was one of 5 U.S. divisions that assaulted Utah and Omaha beaches. Those are the bloodiest ones. Those are the ones you see the picture of on June 6, 1944, D-Day. Sidney was born in Louisiana in 1914, served as an ROTC. That's the Regional Training Corporal. That's when you're doing military work when you're still in school, whether it's high school or college, at Louisiana State University, and became a lieutenant in the United States Army when he enlisted in August 1942. On D-Day, he was 29 years old. It would be his first combat. Sidney kept a diary on a small pad of paper from May 15, 1944 and July 31st, 1944. That's important because that includes D-Day, that June 6th date, and it gives you a couple weeks before and a couple months after. He may have kept diaries during other periods of the war, but this small pad is the only diary found in a trunk of personal possessions donated by his son to the National World War II Museum in New Orleans. The diary is one story of 175,000 that could be told about D-Day because it was so huge. From a total of 59 short entries, only 25 are shown here. So it's really excerpted, so you can focus on a few key issues. An alert researcher can discover a lot of information about D-Day, soldiers' life in the European theater during World War II, and Montz's feelings about this turning point in the war and in his life. That's him right here. It's a picture of him. That's the real guy. Okay, so directions. Read the following edited diary, then answer the questions in complete sentences. All right, there's going to be a ton of abbreviations. May 16 to June 1st. Took things easy, drew equipment. That means got all the supplies ready. Time off to Torquay, English seaside resort town. Took a few short marches to keep in shape. 6 and 4 miles. A few days before June 1st, we were briefed, shown maps and sand table, which is a 3D map of where we're going. Everything in good shape. I was executive officer, but we'll take 81 millimeter mortar. Wittenberger does not know mortar. Mortar is it's a type of artillery. Officers in company: Bucks, Woodruff, Wittenberg, Levy, Buckaloo, Olson, executive, Montz, CO, commanding officer Sampson. June 2nd, left camp at 10:20, which is 10:20 a.m. for Torquay. Got on LCVP, landing craft, some kind of vessel, to go to ship, the SS Dickman. On ship, life was okay. June 4th, Sunday, too busy to go to church, making final preparation. Heard we sailed today for landing tomorrow. Weather very bad, so things called off. Postponed to June 6th. Spent most of the night in lounge drinking coffee and listening to the radio. Heard the fall of Rome. In bed by 0200. So that's 2 in the morning. June 5th. Heard we sail at 1300. General Ike, Eisenhower, Supreme Commander of Allies. Message read over the loudspeaker after we sailed. Told D-Day, departing day. Even though it's not the official, but that's the way you want to think of it, because that's the day they left. June 6th, H-hour is departing time, 0630. We anchor at 0200, June 6th, and get in LCVP, which is the landing craft. It's the one where the gate will swing down. Checked all equipment that was already in LVCP. Men in good shape and ready to go. Told that 10,500 planes would be in operation. 6,000 bombers. Did not know anything except we land on Utah Beach, red and green, westernmost Normandy Beach, with 12,000 Paratroopers landing H4 inland, so 4 hours before the departing time at 06:30. So they're going to leave at what, 2:30? I guess. Messed around shooting bull and kidding each other. Channel, English channel, pretty rough. Men will be fed at 2200, officers at 2400. So that's midnight. They're expecting a long day, so they're trying to get one last meal in. Because they're probably not going to eat the next day. What was Montz's life like in military camp? Give details and support. Okay, this is our first question as I started reading. It sounds like it was kind of routine. It was like checking on equipment, getting ready to go, and trying to tie up a few loose ends. It's kind of boring. Just shooting the bull and kidding each other. My aunt's evidence was kind of boring, or checking on equipment. You might want to have a couple quotes. In lounge, drinking coffee and listening to the radio. Not too busy before departure. All right. Something like that on number 5, I think would be good. Make sure it's a sentence. June 6th, D-Day, 2400. Eating good meal, maybe the last boat team. Sea very rough, started loading 1, went down a compartment with my men about 02:30, went over the side, down net, cargo nets, used to climb into landing craft. And it was really tough. Took off to rendezvous gathering spot area, had a tough time finding it, made it okay. Started circling, finding the other boats came in, planes lit up the beaches, anti-aircraft fire starting, flares dropping, beautiful sight, but it scared the hell out of you. All hell broke loose from the beach. Some boats hit by German 88 millimeter heavy gun. We were near the beach and 88 opened up on the boat on our right and almost hit us. Some boats hit landmines. Luckily we landed because much more we would have sunk. Water still rough. Jumped out in waist deep water, about 500 or 600 yards from seawall. Longest I've ever seen in my life. Machine gun, mortar, artillery fire all around us. Finally in shallow water, able to run. Had to miss all types of obstacles in and out of the water. Picked up 6 rounds of 81 millimeter ammo on the way. Probably from people that didn't make it. It seemed as though we would never reach the seawall, men being blown up and hit all around me. You could hear them scream. It was horrible. Finally hit the seawall, stopped to get a blow. It's a break and bearing. General Theodore Roosevelt Jr. walking around telling everyone to clear the beach or they would get killed. Rockets hit the 3rd section. Injured Lieutenants Levy, Arps, Singer, Cole, Sergeants, Hastings killed, Corporals, Hare, Brandt, Waja. Time to move it or they would kill us all. General Roosevelt gave me lots of courage. Under small arms and hard artillery fire. Navy left us 1,000 yards too far to the left. Left outfit caught hell. We did very fast. Every house and tree loaded with men. They fire at you from all directions. Very hard to see them. To use smokeless powder. No puff or smoke from gunfire. We'll get on to them soon when they will catch hell. These details about D-Day can be discovered from the June 6th entry. That sounded pretty confusing. Talking about fire being all around, not landing at the right spot. Notice he doesn't describe the injuries he saw in too much detail, but I bet he can picture it pretty vividly. So it's so brutal. He also doesn't talk about how close he was to the people that got killed, but those he mentions by name, he had to know them somehow, and maybe know them well. Make sure you have a good answer for 6 in a complete sentence. June 10th, Saturday, 1400. Hit by snipers taking the squad to Company A, right flank, 100 yards from road west of Montz. That means he was shot. We were catching hell, but no, we will hold them. Had 400 yards to get to objective. On west to aid station, hit in neck and right leg. So the company was hit, and then he was personally hit. Neck and right leg, bandage up and put in the ambulance to be taken to beach, then sent to England. Spent night in field tent, caught in air raid. So he got hit by basically a sniper almost a week after. the D-Day landing. It was bad enough he had to be taken by ambulance. He couldn't walk himself. And he couldn't go forward with the attack. Let's go to June 11th. June 11th. That should be enough for 7. June 11th, Sunday, put on LCM, British mechanized landing craft, and sent to hospital ship. Impossible to sail due to E-boats, fast German attack boats in the channel. June 12th, Monday, sailed for England, destination Naval Hospital. Southampton got in pretty late, was fed a good bath, clean clothes, a bed with sheets. Doctors looked at us. Okay. So there was lots of slang. LCM instead of mechanized landing craft. Instead of saying hospital, he says HOSP. The nickname for a German attack boat is E. The big German guns are 88s. The channel is the English channel. Slang is more common than, schoolbook English. Soldiers. Let's go to June 23rd. Friday up early, back to town. Date with Sharon. Ooh, okay. Had a few drinks, decided to go bicycling and watch sunset and planes going over to Germany. Malvern is very nice, never been bombed, and sat on a hillside. It's been a very fine evening. She's off this weekend, so we'll see her tomorrow. Took bike to camp. I wonder who Sharon is. Was she a local girl, or was she someone with the American military outfit? Maybe we'll learn. June 24th. Saturday, slept all morning. Met Sharon at 1400. Went to Worcester. I'm pretty sure that's Worcester because there's a Worcester Mass, and I know that's how you say Worcester because of that. Like her very much. The best for a long time. Okay. Date Sunday to go horseback riding. Back to camp by 6. June 25th. Sunday, Sharon, Bill, Shirley, Joe, and I. So it sounds like it was went to a tea dance. So it wasn't quite a double date because there was 2 guys, but there's 2 girls too, or there's 3 guys and 2 girls. But it sounds like a group of his friends went to a dance. Ate at hotel, met Larry and Freddie. Americans, good to speak to them. The more I stay in England, the less I like the English, their ways and manners. Or Montz's opinion of English, positive and negative. He thought the English were rude, talking about their manners here. But he thought some of their towns were pretty nice. He mentioned how nice he thought Malvern was and Worcester, and how he had a good time horseback riding. So those are mixed feelings. It's normal to have mixed feelings. Let's go to June 28th. Wednesday, we'll be glad to get to France. These SOS supply troops are getting the best of me. They're all trying to get to the States. They should send some to the front and let them get an idea of what's going on. Saw a show, so I went to the movies. June 30th, Friday, woke up at 0600 by the Bugler. First one I heard for a long time. Nice sunny day, so camp doesn't look too bad. Food very good. Jaw neck healed, but scab's still on leg. Went to Yeovil and saw a show, had a few beers, back early. July 1st, Saturday, nothing to do in camps except eat and sleep. New replacements waiting to be sent out. Men belonging to outfits waiting to be sent back. Sunday, Sharon and I took a long walk in the rain. It reminded me very much of the States. These English are getting more and more on my nerves. July 4th, Tuesday, small celebration on post. Band played the usual force stuff, a little jazz. Expected to leave this place soon. I guess that's the usual stuff if you're from Louisiana like he is. July 5th, Wednesday, taking things easy today. Rode home to Sharon. We seem to be giving the Germans hell from all sides. Hope to be in the thick of things soon. July 6th, Thursday, May. Leave tomorrow. Was told to hang around camp. Having a very good time here, but still like to be with the outfit. These SOS troops should be sent to the front for a few days, then they will have an idea what things are. I don't think SOS is complimentary. Not sure exactly what it means. And military, I'm guessing it's not something very nice. It definitely usually means save our ship. That's what you do at the end, but I think it's something about them not rear echelon. Anyway, let's keep going. These SOS trips should be sent to the front for a few days, and they'll have an idea what things are. July 8th, Saturday, went to Salisbury for the trip. Very nice place. Saw a very old cathedral, messed around. Back to Shard for supper. Had ice cream and fresh eggs today. In Salisbury, first for a long time. Are you able to describe Montz's personality from these diary entries? Yeah. I mean, he's dedicated and wants to be with the guys, even though he's having a good time. But he also, had a real commitment to the military. But he's not the first one to get sick of traveling and not being at home. That's a little bit what this is about. But he doesn't go for small talk. You don't see a lot of small talk in these entries. Kind of right to the point, from what I see. All right, July 17th. Monday, ankle giving me hell, swollen and can hardly walk. Man in infantry with both legs bad. Ha ha. Wednesday, censored mail. Mail read and censored for sensitive military information for 3 hours. Oh, yeah. July 19th. Wednesday, censored mail. Mail read and censored for sensitive military information for 3 hours. Monday, I'm on the alert to leave for France soon. I have charge of 250 men. July 26th, Wednesday, on train from Southampton. Are arriving at 1100. Sailed on the Luth at 1700. A Limey British tub built in 1906. The ship was promoted to troop commander and now have 500 men by a trip. So he got a promotion. July 27th, Thursday, anchored at Omaha Beach, walked about 2 miles to holding station, put in 233, replacement company, 69, replacement battalion, 739. German soldiers bombed the beaches all night. Can hear big guns in the distance, going to front tomorrow. Friday, went to aid station to change bandage, sent to 7th Field Hospital to be sent back to England. Leg not healed yet. Another night of bombing. This is what his diary looked like. It was handwritten. This is a transcript of it. It's on loan from the Eisenhower Center, University of New Orleans. What can we learn about wartime conditions in England from this diary? It wasn't too bad by June of 44. That's what I learned. But there were times when it was bad. It had to be bad during the Blitz, especially in London. Postscript. July 29th, 1944 to December 2nd, 1945. What happened to Sidney Montz after his return to England? His leg finally healed. He was sent back into the fight in Europe. He was awarded the Bronze Star Medal. His medal citation reads for heroic service in connection with military operations against an enemy of the United States and France, Belgium, Luxembourg, and Germany. June 6th to June 10th, 1944, November 17th, 1944, January 24th, 1945, February 12th to February 18th, 1945. Lieutenant Montz rendered conspicuous service in his assignment as leader of a mortar platoon. He landed on D-Day in Normandy and capably and courageously led his men until he sustained a wound. 4 days later and was evacuated. He returned to duty at the beginning of the Bitterhürtgen forest operation and proved exceptionally adept in selecting feasible mortar positions in the densely wooded terrain. In all months, saw combat in Normandy, northern France, the Ardennes, the Rhineland, and in western Germany. For service in those operations, he had an oak leaf cluster added to his Bronze Star. 2 clusters added to the Purple Heart. He was awarded on D-Day +4, 4 days later, and he was awarded a Presidential Unit Citation and a European Theater Ribbon with 5 battle stars and bronze arrows head. On December 2nd, 1945, Montz was discharged from the Army, like many, in his own words, at the National World War II Museum. Okay, so I think it's kind of important to notice what he's not saying, too. He doesn't really give you the details from the battle, which must have been pretty brutal. But definitely the gore is left out of it, even though that would have been present, too. Okay, hopefully you learned from the diary what was happening beyond what you would normally get from a textbook. That was the point of this. Hope it worked. And I hope me reading it helped you.